Good evening, everyone. Millions of Americans have been infected with the coronavirus or COVID-19 for months now. To protect the health and safety of the community, everyone should wear a mask around other individuals to curb the spread of this virus. Over 3 million cases and over 132,000 deaths have been reported around the United States as of July 9th, 2020. Millions of Americans have worn masks during this pandemic, but some Americans still refuse to wear this life-saving device. Change slide. Coronavirus continues to be a significant problem in the United States. We need everyone to wear masks because they are essential to stop the spread of the diseases for the whole community. We are always interacting with individuals, either the cashier at the grocery store, the mechanic who works on our cars, or the attendant at fast food restaurants. When we wear masks, we potentially slow the spread of COVID-19 to these essential workers and their families. Masks help people who may have the virus and do not know it from transmitting it to others. When one person wears a mask and another refuses to wear a mask, if that person who refused to wear the mask has the disease, the person who wore the mask could potentially acquire the virus. Change slide. The problem of individuals refusing to wear masks is rampant in this country. We need to discuss what the government needs to do and what you need to do to keep us all safe. Thousands of Americans refuse to wear a mask, increasing the potential for coronavirus to spread to other individuals. We have seen thousands of Americans refuse to wear a mask in a public environment. Almost everyone has probably watched the videos on Facebook or the news, but it unfortunately happens. From these individuals yelling at fast food workers or throwing temper tantrums in front of grocery store workers. Essential workers and healthcare providers are exposed to these individuals all day through their places of work. These individuals scream complaints such as, "This is America, a free country," or "This is my body and I can do anything I want with my own body." These individuals have no care for the safety of themselves or the people around them when they choose to not wear a mask. According to the CDC, as of July 9th, 2020, Florida has 7.2% of all coronavirus cases in the United States. Florida has the third largest populations for cases right after California and Texas. Due to Florida residents not following the CDC guidelines, the spread of coronavirus has not slowed down over these past months. For example, Daniel Maples, a Florida man, refused to wear a mask in a Costco and was videographed harassing other customers who were videoing him. He was violently shouting obscenities after he was requested to wear a face covering. He has now lost his job due to this behavior when interacting with the other customers. Another example is a Florida woman refused to wear a mask in a Costco. She was seen protesting in front of the whole store by sitting down and proclaiming, "This is America." She was later escorted out of the store by managers and videotaped. Not only are we at risk of contracting the coronavirus from sick individuals, we have a risk of contracting from individuals we interact with every day. This problem clearly affects us by not only causing infections, but being deadly for thousands of Americans. Change slide. We have seen how widespread this problem is and how it impacts people. Let us move on to some meaningful solutions so we can significantly reduce the number of coronavirus cases. One large-scale solution that should be implemented is that there needs to be a mandate stating that everyone is required to wear a mask. If someone is caught in public without wearing a mask, they should be fined for every occurrence that happens. If someone is caught without a mask around a big crowd, they would be fined heavier than if it were a smaller crowd. Stopping the spread of the coronavirus needs to be a priority. Several governors have talked about setting a fine for catching an individual not wearing a mask in a public place. Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson issued an order for wearing masks in the city. People without a mask could be hit with a civil penalty or a criminal fine up to $750. Scientists at Stanford have supported the use of masks to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Science writer Krista Conger spoke with 2 Stanford researchers involved in the change to the WHO guidelines. Amy Price, who has a PhD, a senior research scientist at Stanford's Anesthesia Informatics and Media Laboratory, and Larry Chu, who has an MD, a professor of anesthesia and director of the AIM Laboratory. They have said with the proper wearing of masks, the amount of cases in the United States has been reduced significantly. The second large-scale solution will be to require individuals to continue social distancing. With the number of cases that are increasing every day, it would be best to shut down non-essential businesses. As a nation, we opened our states too early before we had a decline in our coronavirus cases. If we were to shut down non-essential businesses and require non-essential workers to work from home, we would have a significant decrease in the number of cases. For example, before France opened non-essential businesses, they required their citizens to fill out forms before they went to any business. This made everyone aware the repercussions of their actions of where they went. Due to their strict regulations towards what their citizens did during this pandemic, France's positive cases have a drop over the past couple weeks. Another solution would be if someone is not wanting to wear a mask in public, they need to order their essentials online. It is easy with many apps offering grocery or food delivery, apps such as Grubhub, Uber Eats, and Instacart. There are tons of apps that support this solution that would be convenient for anyone. The fee associated with these apps would potentially be the same amount as gas would cost to transport someone to the grocery store. If people use these apps, they could potentially reduce the spread of the virus as few interactions are made. Change slide. While we need to implement on our government to act to require new techniques and policies to help prevent the spread, there are steps that we all need to take to protect ourselves. While the coronavirus continues to plague our country, causing numerous hospitalizations and deaths, there are hard decisions to make, but there is hope if we continue to implement the solutions above. Solutions that include both governmental and personal levels. Millions of people have been infected by the coronavirus around the world. The amount of cases that the United States has seen is significant. The United States has more than 25% of the cases in the world, and the amount of cases increases every day. If we do not do anything to help stop the amount of cases we acquire every day, millions more Americans will die. We need to all work together to help decrease the amount of cases we require in the future. Thank you and have a wonderful night.